We all know that Salah is the most important action in our lives, but for many of us, it's also the most difficult. Isn't it the case that many of us sometimes miss our prayers or delay them unnecessarily? Or even if we are consistent in our Salah, we often struggle to be fully connected, fully devoted. We find ourselves distracted in our prayers and not really knowing what happened. This is something that we all recognize to be a problem. And the issue is actually that when we know something is important in theory and we know that Salah is the most important action, but at the same time we're struggling with it, it can become a real source of frustration, even guilt. And I know the feeling. I know the feeling of being in a situation with your Salah where you're not quite satisfied that you're doing your best and actually not really knowing where to turn. It's even not surprising that many of us experience Salah this way because we've never really been taught it in a way that can help us transform our experience and engagement in our prayer. You know, I want to tell you about how it can be instead. It can be something which is the best thing that you do in your life. The source of joy, the source of tranquility, the place where if you are facing difficulties in life, you feel your troubles and your difficulties melt away. It can be the real source of success in this life and the next. If you make it the number one thing, then it will be that number one thing. If you put Allah first, then He will prioritize you. And in order to go from a situation where we are struggling and we find Salah to be a burden and a bit of a chore and a tick box exercise and a robotic process, and to take it to something much more meaningful, we need to go through a tried and tested process, a tried and tested journey. And that's where Transform My Prayer comes in. My name is Iqbal Naseem and I'm the founder of Transform My Prayer. It's a course that I designed and developed back in 2019. And since then I've taught several times, improving it, iterating it, and now 2,000 people from around the world have taken this course, have gone on this journey. And so many people have experienced the benefit in the consistency, focus and tranquility that they have in their daily prayers. What do we do in this journey? What happens in this Transform My Prayer experience? Let me tell you. Well, first of all, we break down what Salah is all about. We really think about Salah in a completely different way altogether and conceive of it in a way that helps us make it a much more natural and real experience. And then the bulk of the experience is to go through a step-by-step process through the prayer, examining the movements and the positions of Salah, the words that we say, the thoughts and the emotions that go along with the actions and the words. And we see how we can bring everything together to slowly unlock each part of the prayer so that it becomes a really meaningful journey and a meaningful experience. You'll actually benefit in your Salah from the very first lesson. Immediately after having taken the first lesson, you'll find that your next Salah is improved. And you don't need to take my word for it. Check out all the reviews and testimonials below of people who've gone through this journey and realize the impact that it's had not just in their prayer, but in the rest of their lives. You see, that's what happens when you fix your Salah. You realize that other aspects of your life start to become fixed, start to become a lot better because your Salah is in order. Salah is the key to paradise. It's the thing that's going to unlock the doors to eternal bliss and happiness in the next life. This is something worth prioritizing. And so I really encourage you to use this Ramadan to go through an experience that is tried and tested, that is proven, and that can help you improve your Salah once and for all and do away with those feelings of guilt and frustration and difficulty and make Salah the best thing about your life. I'm really excited to be with you on this journey and I hope that you'll make the decision to come along with me and join hundreds, thousands of others from around the world to experience Transform My Prayer Ramadan Edition 2022. I'll see you then, inshallah. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.